going on, guys? It is your boy Beer Gut Plays here, back at it with another episode of the MLB The Show. 25 Baltimore Orioles franchise here on the channel. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the content so far. If you guys like the content, you want to see this channel grow, make sure you hit that like button, comment down below, and subscribe to this channel for more content. Be sure to check out the channel sponsor for today, Dubby Energy. Guys, when I am not drinking water, beer, or, just coffee, because those are my big three, I use Dubby on a daily basis, and Dubby has my back regardless of the situation. Whether I'm trying to get in a quick workout, get through my normal day at work, get through the stuff with this channel, whether it be editing videos, recording, anything like that. Guys, Dubby always has my back. My personal favorite flavor is the Grandpa's Denture Water, but they have many great flavors. Definitely recommend you guys checking it out. If you guys do want to check it out, I'll leave the link in the video description below. Use the code BeerGut at checkout. You'll save yourself a discount on your order. Now, guys, I apologize for the week delay for this series. Just been super busy with my normal life, and things got in the way, but we are back strong here. We are at the All-Star break now. We are going to skip this year's All-Star break. If you guys want to see that end up on the channel, be sure to comment, and I will definitely do it next year. Before we get this episode started, I do want to plug the series playlist. I'll leave it posted in the top right-hand corner right here. Guys, we are one of the best teams in the Major League. Now, it was to be expected. Baltimore, on paper, had one of the best rosters in MLB, and we made a big move before the trade deadline, bringing in Braxton Garrett to the team. We sent Ramon Urias over to the Miami Marlins. We got a pitcher, and I feel like we didn't give up a lot for it. Now, hopefully it does pan out. It is looking good so far, but we're going to get this thing started, and let's get to the episode. As you guys can see, 58-38. 20 games over 500 as we enter the All-Star break. Braxton Garrett just defeated his former team in the Miami Marlins in the last episode. We are going to simulate ahead to past the All-Star break. Again, if you want to see that in the upcoming seasons, leave a comment down below. I will definitely consider doing it. And it's Friday night, I'm recording this, so I am sipping on Beatbox cherry limeade and iced tea. It is delicious. I absolutely love it. It is just so great tasting. We're going to set our prospect lists here, and hopefully we are able to sign. We did draft nothing but pitchers because I'm going to be honest with you guys, we are very well set at the infield. And we're all set, I feel, in pretty much all of our position players. Cedric Mullins, Heston Kjerstad. We have a deep roster, so we really do need pitching. The next game we are going to be playing, it is going to be against the Cleveland Guardians. I'm super excited about that. I love this lineup so far. We're going to have to make some moves, though. I have to get Ryan Mountcastle in this lineup somehow. He's my boy. Obviously, he's one of my personal favorite Orioles, and to see him not starting is a bit, or playing much is a bit of a crime. I understand, but yeah, we need to get him some playing time. We need to get him some reps in the field and out on some at-bats, because I feel like he could potentially be one of the higher rated first baseman. Colby Mayo, we sent him back down to the minors. I think we are going to have to call him out, back up. We're going to send Gabriel Arias down to the minors and call back up Colby Mayo. Hopefully his short stint in the minor leagues will kind of motivate him to be what we all thought he was going to be. He was projected to be Ryan Mountcastle's replacement. Now, I don't really see it. Andrew Kittredge, I don't understand why he's on the minor league roster. Sir Anthony Dominguez, I'm fine with leaving him there. To me, he hasn't really been lighting up the world on fire in recent weeks and just at all. Cade Povich is probably somebody I'm going to send down. I want to get him at some point in the starting rotation. I feel like he could be potentially something very big. Matthew Boyd and Grayson Rodriguez on the mound. The Orioles have a maximum of 14 pitchers. So we are going to send down the boy. Sorry about that. We are going to send down the boy, Andrew Kittredge. We can't resend him back down. So it looks like it is going to be Cade Povich. I really want him to get some reps as the starter. Cionel Perez, 4-2 on the year. Not a bad record. Brian Baker, though, man. Not terrible. These things fogging up like a mother trucker. It is humid as hell in Baltimore this evening. And of course, it doesn't help that I am having a little bit of the libations on the channel. Okay. Trevor Rogers, man. That was a waste of a trade last year. We need to get Cade Povich up and at him. He is going to be in the number one rotation spot in the minors. Excuse me. And now it is time to about ready to get time. I want to make sure the roster's still good. Make sure Ryan O'Hearn out. I forgot about that. That's a big reason why we had to call back up Colby Mayo. Damn, that is... By the way, got to recommend that. Of my channel viewers that are over the age of 21, and of course, if you drink, it is Cherry Limeade Beatbox, 11.1% alcohol, and iced tea. Man, it is smooth as hell. Definitely recommend you guys checking it out. I really like the way this roster's playing up. Dylan Carlson has not seen any playing time, but 60-39 taking on the 48-51 Cleveland Guardians. I'm so excited about this. I feel like we have had... This is what I was projecting the Orioles to actually be IRL. Now, granted, a lot of injuries, Our starting pitchers have been hurt. Jordan Westberg going on the IL at some point. Gunnar Henderson starting the year on the IL. And to me, it feels like because these players know that the pitching rotation is lackluster, as the best way to put it. It seems like everybody is swinging for the fences, and that's just not going to work this early in the season. They got to find their groove. I don't know if it's Brandon Hyde's fault, but it sure feels that way. Matthew Boyd on the mound, 6-7 on the year, 3.93 ERA, 83 strikeouts. Not a bad year. 20% strikeout rate, that's pretty good. Almost 21%. Pretty good year. I mean, the win-loss record to me ain't nothing, but Jordan Westberg leading off this game. As you guys see, I'm wearing the black Jordan Westberg jersey. And he starts off, he takes a hit. It is going to be a foul ball. 0-1 is the count. Matthew Boyd. And he looks at that sinker. It is going to be 0-2. And he fouls that pitch off. Still an 0-2 count. I really like Jordan Westberg playing at the leadoff hit spot. And he takes a look at that fastball. It is 1-2 on the count. I really like Jordan Westberg in this leadoff spot. I feel like he could potentially be what we need as a leadoff hitter. He is not a super power hitter guy. And I do feel like he could produce 20 to 25 home runs. As the strikeout gets Jordan Westberg to start the inning. Matthew Boyd, his first strikeout of the game. It is 2 down, nobody on. Ryan Mountcastle hitting in the 3-hole. Takes a look at that slider outside for ball one. Mountcastle not having, considering how much he's played, having a great year, and looks at that slider, it is 2-0. Mountcastle on the home run watch, 97 of them things in his career, and he takes that pitch high, and it looks like it is just going to pop up to the catcher right behind the backstop to end the inning. Still a 0-0 game here as we are looking at Grayson Rodriguez, 7-2 on the year, having a great year. Stephen Kwan leading this thing off for your Cleveland Guardians. And he takes a look at that slider, and it is a strike. 0-1 is the count. That is inside, and it is an even count at 1-1, baby. It's now 2-1 as he gets 2 straight balls. Pause. And it is going to go right to Jordan Westberg. Jordan Westberg gets it to the first baseman. That is going to be the first out of the game. Taking a quick look at Cleveland's lineup before we get back into it. Jose Ramirez up, 2 out, nobody on. Jose Ramirez, a very dangerous hitter, as the ball is hitting the foul territory as it is 0-1 on the count. Jose Ramirez, 15 home runs, 45 ribbies on the year. Takes that curb, and it is low. 1-1 is the count. And I called a time there, I guess. I don't know why. And that's going to be another foul ball. 1-2 is the count. And that is going to be inside, just inside. 1-1 is the count. Or 2-2, I'm sorry. Full count for Jose Ramirez. Bo Naylor up on the deck, having a nice little season for himself. 10 home runs, 37 ribbies. And that is going to be the first walk issued of the game by Grayson Rodriguez. 2 out, nobody on. Did not need that. I thought he was going to steal. That is a 1-0 count. Not going to go for the steal right there. What is Bo Naylor going to do? Brings it to 2-0. Jesus Christ. It's not the pitching outing I need right now. 13 stolen bases by Bo Naylor on the year. Fouls that thing off, and it is 2-1. Hitters count. We need to get him swinging. It's up, and it is going to be hit right to Jackson Holliday, and he gets the force out at second. Going to end the inning. No hits in that inning, but we did give a walk. And that is not going to be anything right there. Grayson Rodriguez, there's 1 on, 1 out. And it is George Valeria. And they're going to hit, it looks into the double play to end the second inning. The pickoff did, what a good start to the inning the game for Grayson Rodriguez. Going to be a very big pitching matchup as we allow a hit in the inning. And Tyler O'Neill up to the mound. It is the 4th inning. Still nothing. And that's going to take a look at that. It is a ball. 1-0 is the count. Fouls that 4-seam fastball off, and it is 1-1. Swings at that circle change way late, and it is 1-2 now. That is outside, back to an even count at 2-2. And that's way inside, full count. Ryan Mountcastle up to the mound. I don't know how I feel about Tyler O'Neill leading or hitting in the second spot. And that is going to be a foul ball. It is an even count at a full count at 3-2. And that is going to be a walk. Tyler O'Neill draws the walk for Matthew Boyd. It's going to be Matthew Boyd's first walk of the game. 2 out, 1 on, and Gunnar Henderson up to the plate. Takes a look at that sinker as a ball. 1-0 is the count. That is way high. 2-0 the count. Gunnar Henderson at 870 OPS. Not a bad year. I think we could get a lot better as that's inside. 2-1 is the count. 3-1, you got to think they're going to throw something. And Gary Sanchez up to the plate. 3 home runs, 5 RBIs, and very limited action for Gary. And that's going to be a full count. It's only the 4th inning, and that is going to be a walk. The second walk of the inning for Matthew Boyd. And now Gary Sanchez up to the plate. That arm's tired. 59 pitches through 4 innings. Takes a look at that first pitch outside for 1-0. Gary Sanchez, who, like I said, has not seen a lot of playing time, hits it, but that is going to be a foul ball. He's going to do a lot of DHing for this team, but, he will be Adley's backup as he swings through that. 1-2 is the count. And got a hold of that one. Foul ball for Mr. Gary Sanchez. Former Yankee, I believe he was a Brewer, a Padre. He's been a lot of places. 2-2 is the count. Not going to be a long stay in Baltimore, I project, but he's good veteran leadership to have for this young club. He swings through that circle change, and Matthew Boyd gets himself out of a jam. No hits allowed through 4 innings. Well, I'm sorry, 1 hit through 4 innings. And now Colton Cowser up, Matthew Boyd, 5th inning. And Colton Cowser got a hold of that. It is going to drop in for a single. Colton Cowser, personally, I like his game. It sucks that he's out for an injury. And now we are up to the leadoff man. 2 out, 1 on. Jordan Westberg got a hold of it, but it is going to be a foul ball. 0-1 is the count. Jordan Westberg, 2024 All-Star. Looks at that 4-seam fastball way high. 1-1 is the count. Got a hold of that one. It is going to drop in, and we got runners on first and second with 2 outs. And Tyler O'Neill coming to the mound. That is a good spot. 71 pitches through 5 innings for Matthew Boyd. Not a good look. Swings through that circle change. The bats have been cold tonight, but now they are starting to pick up in the latter innings as Tyler O'Neill watches that pitch. 1-1 is the count. Matthew Boyd's arm is got to be like a noodle, and a 4-seam fastball got it. And that is going to score a run. Baltimore up 1-0. Tyler O'Neill drives it in on the RBI double, his 17th double of the year, and that gives your Baltimore Orioles a 1-0 lead. What a absolute it was a good pitching matchup until Matthew Boyd's arm got tired. We were playing that game, and Tyler Steven is coming to the mound. 18 appearances on the year, 1-0, 4.30 ERA, and let's see what's going to happen. Ryan Mountcastle batting against the opposite side. Unfortunately, Ryan O'Hearn out for injury, and Ryan Mountcastle swings through that, and it is an 0-1 count. Takes a look at that one. 1-1. We have some Cleveland Guardian bullpen action. Again, sweating like a like a whore in church. So these glasses getting fogged up, and that is going to be a swing through. 1-2 is the count. Oh, got a hold of that one, but he hits it to Jose Ramirez, and that is going to be the final out of the inning. Tyler O'Neill with that RBI double, and the Orioles are leading 1-0. Colton Cowser now up with 1 on, 2 out. Tyler Steven, it's going to get hit, and that is going to be the final out of the middle of the top half of the sixth. Hell of a baseball game to say the least. The Orioles leading has a 2.5 game lead over the division. Cleveland and Kansas City tied for the AL Central. Interesting times in baseball. Grayson Rodriguez still up on the mound and gonna foul that pitch off. 0-1 is the count. What is Grayson Rodriguez doing? Taking a minute just to survey the situation, and that is going to be an even count at 1-1. You know, I think I'm not going to wear these for the video. They keep getting freaking fogged up, and it's getting hard to see. So maybe I'll wear the nerd glasses. What do you guys think? I haven't worn these in a while. Hell yeah. That is a lot better. But then they're fogging up too. I need to get some anti-fogging shit, as that is going to be the strikeout, and we are down 2 outs in the swings through that first pitch. 0-1 is the count. Grayson Rodriguez having a nice game going into the 6th inning and just completely tearing through this Cleveland Guardians lineup. Fouls that pitch off. 0-2 is the count. And here we go. Hopefully it's a payoff pitch. Fouls that pitch off. Jesus Christ. Swings through that curveball, nowhere near it, and it is going to be a strikeout for Grayson Rodriguez. Let's take a look. 5 hits for the Orioles, 1 run, only 2 allowed by the Cleveland. 1 on, 2 out. Tyler O'Neill looking to add to that RBI double, which put us into the lead earlier in the game. Hopefully he can come through. We have a runner on first, probably. I guess it would be Jordan. No, it wouldn't be Jordan Westberg. Somebody fast, I know that much. That's going to be a strikeout for Tyler O'Neill to end the top half of the 7th. And it's still a 1-0 Baltimore Orioles lead. Gaddis got him to swing. Andrew Kittredge, first appearance of the season. Last year, 74 appearances, 5-5 record. You saw the stats. And we're hoping Andrew Kittredge can have at least a good outing here tonight. Most of the year he's been in the minors. We called him up, and he got that pitch in there. 0-2 is the count. Fouls that 4-seamer off, and it is still an 0-2 count. That's going to be a strikeout for Andrew Kittredge. His first of the year. 2 out, nobody on. Kyle Mazzardo up to the plate, and it is an 0-1 count. Got that in there. Questionable call, but I will take it. 0-2 is the count. Fouls that slider off, and it continues to be an 0-2 count. And that is going to be a strikeout for Andrew Kittredge to end the inning. They go down 1-2-3. And we're going to pick this thing back up in the bottom of the 8th. 2 out, nobody on. Brian Rocio is up to the plate. And guys, if I am butchering some of these players' names, please sound off in the comments. We might see these players 2 or 3 times through, so it would definitely be of a big help to me if I am making mistakes, as it looks like it's going to be a pop-up. Nope, Ryan Mountcastle can't reach it. And Kittredge really lighten this team up. That is going to be another foul ball. Finally gets the strikeout to end the inning. 2 innings of work for Andrew Kittredge in his season debut. Still no hits. And we're at the top of the 9th. Gary Sanchez up. Nobody on, no outs. Takes a look at that slurve ball, and it is a 1-0. Remember, we traded Charlie Morton to the Cleveland Indians. We had no use for him. Look, respect to Charlie Morton for being 41 years old, still pitching, regardless at what level it is. Be 41 years old, 20 years in the league. Much respect as we foul that. Oh! So close. 2 out, nobody on. Jackson Holiday up to the plate. Swings through that slurve, and it's 0-1. But like I was saying, much respect to Charlie Morton. He just did not fit this team's game plan as we went out and got a good starter in, and that's the end of the inning. We got our starter in Braxton Garrett, and Felix Bautista making his way to the mound. 2023 reliever of the year, the flame ball thrower. He's already got 32 saves on the year. Let's see if he can add to that in this 1-run game. High pressure situation does not affect Bautista, as it is an 0-2 count, and that's going to be the strikeout. 1 on, 2 out, 1-run lead, and Jose Ramirez fouls that first pitch off, and it is 0-1. Takes a look at that slider. It is 0-2. Potential ending pitch. Fouls that off, and it is still an 0-2 count. Jose Bautista. And that's going to be the strikeout. Your Baltimore Orioles win this game by a final of 1-0. It's kind of a funny story. Ironically, not great hitting tonight. Pitching was superb. 1-0 victory. That is our 61st victory of the year. Grayson Rodriguez goes to 8-2. Matthew Boyd drops to 6-8. Felix Bautista gets his 33rd save of the year. And guys, I could not be more proud of this team. Granted, I am not doing a rebuild. I'm not doing a retool. This is just a franchise mode. I took my favorite team, the Baltimore Orioles, and I want to win a World Series with them in 3 years, which what was the timeline was predicted IRL after their 101 win season 2 years ago. So it looks like it's very possible. I know that they took a big step back so far this year. Call me crazy, and you can clip this if you want. You can laugh at me all you want. I still think this team has a potential to win 90 games. Now, does that 90 wins get them into the playoffs? I do not know. I would think it would, but we're going to move this thing on, and we are going to simulate ahead to... There is some good series coming up. Boston, Houston. We're going to take on the Athletics next. That's going to be really good because the Athletics are not playing in Oakland anymore. They are playing in downtown Sacramento until that stadium in Vegas gets built. Jose Altuve on the trade block? Wow. Kyle Bradish. We're going to make some re-signings here. Kyle Bradish not having a great year record or the ERA, but he has 127 strikeouts, 126 point and a third innings pitched. We're going to offer him a 3-year deal. We're going to try and lowball him. We're going to have to lock him up because he is the ace of this roster. Given his decided to accept your offer. Felix Bautista, we need our closer. I'm going to give him a fair offer. That's fair. 26 mil. Okay. All right. Well, he takes that. He bites on that. Zach Eflin, the number 2, who's having a great year. 11-5, 2.90 ERA, 30 years old. So 3 years at almost 67 mil. Okay. I don't give over three-year contracts. It's just the way I have been because, we're doing 3 to 4 year rebuilds. So that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. If you know, you know. Okay, we got him signed. Colton Cowser, 84 overall. Obviously, he's having a nice year. 19 home runs, 51 RBIs. He's getting a 3-year deal. You get a 3-year deal. You get a 3-year deal. You get a 3-year deal. I'm fine with that. Got to give Grayson Rodriguez the number 3 pitcher on our roster right now. That's fair. 2 years, 11 mil. I got to bring back Mountcastle because I do, at some point. Braxton Garrett, we obviously made the trade for him, so he's got to come back. He's going to be another 3-year deal. Look at the years he's having. Under 3 ERA, 9-1 on the season. Potential Cy Young candidate right here. We sign him. Jackson Holiday, obviously, we got to bring him back. He's starting. Only 9 ribbies on the year, but hopefully that changes. Obviously, you got to give Heston Kjerstad the contract. 26 years old. He's playing pretty nice. I will say that. 3 home runs, 16 ribbies. He's a good 4th outfielder right now. Now, could he potentially get some starts? I guess we'll find out. Okay, 2 years, $2 million. That's fair. I don't want to blow through my budget. Kobe Mayo, same thing. Oh, well, he'll get 1.7. Brian Baker. Not super worried about our... I got to give Cade Povich his deal. Not really much left I want to re-sign. Mullins, Mountcastle, we're going to give him the deal. 3-year. Let's see, 3-year. Yeah. You cannot afford... I'm out of money. Can't afford the contract. So we will sign him at the end of the year. Jose Altuve, though, 66-43 on the year. That's freaking awesome. Not gonna lie. The trading block, not super interested in. Lawrence Butler, holy crap. Didn't he get a big contract? Zach Littell, I'm sorry. Shane McCallahan. I don't think they'd make the trade to me. Absolutely not. Because I'm not going to give up any of my prospects. Tyler, I almost called him Trevor Rogers. Max Stassi. He was a longtime Philly. Connor Joe, 32 years old. I know I've seen people do rebuilds and kind of at other, in order to, oh man. What's some crazy stuff that's just going on in this? Brady Singer, Alex Young. Oh man, nobody really interested. Luzardo, 10-3, and they're looking to. I sometimes question this. I'm obviously not going to be able to get it unless I give up something big, but I'm not giving Dean Kramer. No. What? That's a little unrealistic. Yeah, I just was kind of curious. But we're going to pick this simulation back up. The next game is going to be it's going to be in the Oakland Athletics series. So that should be fun. That should be, in all honesty, it should be a stomping. Cedric Mullins just got hurt. Great. Great, great, great. So we got to make an edit to the lineup. Grayson Rodriguez, 10-2. Yep. We're going to have to call somebody up. I do not know who we're going to call up. Cedric Mullins. I don't want to call up Cameron. Would like to get Enrique Bradford some ABs. I think we're just going to leave it alone at the moment. Not going to do that. We just got to get our leadoff hitter. It's going to be Ramon Laureano who's going to be playing center field. I'm having nightmares about this right now. I don't want to put Dylan Carlson in. I don't see that working. I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. Ramon Laureano going to be batting at the end of the thing. But we're going to finish doing the sim. Okay. We only lost one to the Phillies. Okay. We're going to sim. Yeah, we're going to sim through to the last game of the... You got to be kidding me. We lost 2 out of 3 to Oakland. What the hell, man? What the hell just happened? Only 3 games going on. Well, that's just in our organization. But, guys, that is going to be the end of the episode. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed it. If you like the content, you want to see this channel grow, make sure you hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe to this channel for more content. Remember, don't cost you a dime, would really help me out. So definitely recommend, if you like what you see, subscribe. Guys, before I get the hell up on out of here, I got to plug a few more things. Monday night, NASCAR 14 Jimmy Johnson season mode on the Xbox 360. Going to be posting one of these 4 corners. Tuesday, WWE 2K25 My Jam mode. Going to be posting one of the 4 corners. Wednesday, NHL 25 Philadelphia Flyers 2.0 franchise rebuild. Going to be posted on one of the 4 corners. And Saturday night, when permitted or when feasible, WWE 2K25 My Rise mode. Now, hopefully you guys will check all that out. Subscribe to this channel. Guys, I got to get the hell up on out of here. I hope to see y'all in the next video. I hope y'all have a great day and a great evening whenever you're watching this. See you around. Much love and peace out, my friends.